team for life.
Let's go pull up the Rob O'Neill updates. So,
oh yeah,
our buddy David Hookstead dropped a kind of. I'm gonna let Jimmy take this over because Rob posted, David posted, and there's a lot of good current events that are juicy.
all right. So the first one I want you to go to, Lewis. We downloaded the videos.
You can
right?
remove
and
Rob.
I had it.
I hate staring at a stupid face.
or the video?
The image.
Yeah,
Remove him.
Yeah, remove him.
Nope,
Go,
not that one.
go to the videos, please. And I will tell you which one to click on. It is the first one there, all the way to your left. Thank you, sir. You guys got to listen.
Was hit. She was shot in the leg, in the calf, before I got there. And I'm just filling in holes for you, all you Monday morning quarterbacks there, because the big thing that people are talking about is the after-action report. I hear about the after-action report. Someone spun that out there. I know who did it, but someone spun the idea that there's an after-action report out there, which I do remember. We do AARs. We're not always honest in them, whatever. We're telling the officer that we're reporting to a specialist.
Stop right
Wait
there.
a second. Pause
that.
This is
Hey,
what
wait,
happened.
is there a way we can make Jimmy bigger? Because
I mean, you get the shit. I've already heard this. The
yeah,
reaction
yeah.
should be from you guys.
Did he just say we're not always honest in our action reviews?
That's exactly what.
when
he
was
said.
this? When was this filmed?
That was yesterday.
So he's already covering his tracks for when it doesn't come out the way he said it did. God, what a fucking asshole!
Did he just say that they
thank you.
lie in their after
No,
action?
and I doubt that's fucking true. I doubt it's true. But he's saying when it comes out, and he's not the fucking only sole man that shot and killed Osama Bin Laden. He's going to be able to say, "Oh, I already said it."
Wasn't the one and
Yeah.
allegedly wasn't he's talking about the person that he claimed was standing in front of Osama Bin Laden?
That's right.
The wife,
Yeah.
and she was already shot.
That's what I don't understand. How was she already
He said he was
shot?
the first one in the room, and he fired, or the second one in the room, and he fired the first shots that hit.
that hit. So
Maybe it went through her butthole.
I
It came up through the
yeah.
ceiling.
I saw that on Facebook.
by the time I got there, Amal was already shot. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, well, who the fuck shot her? What is the point? Man
Okay, I'm
just
not going to
fucking
go. Wait,
spraying?
okay. There was a lot of gun on not in his defense,
Allegedly.
but there was a lot of
Allegedly.
gunfire, and I'm sure that maybe something flew up there. Is what I'm going to play devil's advocate, but that just kind of contradicts.
Hold
because
on.
That's the first time I've ever heard him say.
So
that
wait
she
a
was already
second.
she was already shot.
You're on a tier 1 hostage rescue team.
Well,
Which-
hostage destroy team.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's their main bread. I mean, that's
Yeah.
why they were
Yeah.
designed. It was hostage rescue. And Rob has said that many times. You're training for a hostage rescue team. You need to know your target, backstop what lies beyond, and you can't have rounds that are just going willy-nilly.
Yeah, they're not the type of guys that are going to
You-
send a
you are-
stray round.
You are not sending a
We're
stray
digging our
round
hole
and
deeper.
staying on that team.
We're digging our hole deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who said that?
BW.
Hey, go ahead and play the rest of Rob's
Yeah.
clip.
We're telling the officer that we're reporting to, especially if it's on tape, that this is what happened. And I'll report that. No problem. But in the after-action report, we didn't mention that we shot them all. We didn't mention that guys did shoot Osama bin Laden after I had killed him. We didn't mention those, but they happened. What does that tell you? After-action report is not 100% correct. So if you have that argument, just play the
Rob,
goddamn thing. If someone has it, play it.
Fucking get him
You're-
out of here. Get him out of here. Rob, you're so full.
Can you imagine?
Listen,
That is straight up covering your fucking ass for when the AIR doesn't say what your fucking story does.
dude, there's no way anybody. I mean, I've done AARs. You've done AARs as a cop and as soldiers. It's 100% honest. You know why? Because everything that you're doing, you've got to hot wash exactly what happened, what went right, what went wrong, what did we learn from this escapade, what does the information need to get passed so we could do follow-on operations. All of that has to be truthful and in real time to the best of your ability. Am I wrong?
No.
So why the fuck would you?
Can you imagine a group of cops sitting down and saying, after an officer involved shooting, that we all lied in
We all lied a lot.
We all lied a lot in our after action review of our
which-
shooting of a criminal.
Which begs the question, if you're telling me that I can't believe the official AAR that you lied in that, where else did you lie?
On top of that, you lied in the only piece of fucking evidence to use in your fucking testimony.
Okay,
You just
so I mean, if we can't trust the testimony of other operators, if the AAR is not 100%, I guarantee you there are guys at Dam Neck that are rolling over in their grave right now, going
I
like,
just know if
this is
if
horseshit.
a active cop said that, and he was still working, he'd no longer be able to testify in court.
Because every lawyer
He
in the
just said he
world-
lied.
Yeah.
He just said I lied.
We
I
lied.
lie.
He said
I lied.
we.
Oh,
Said
yeah.
we. Didn't say I. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right. Didn't say I.
Allegedly.
He said we don't always tell the truth in those. Well, what the fuck is the point
What's
of
the
having
point
an
of
after
what's
action
the point of an
review?
after action review if you're going to lie in it?
And I know those guys aren't politicians. I get it. When after the mission, I understand mission. And when it starts getting political, that's when those bastards lie. They lie about everything. All of it's a lie. But right then and there, those guys would not lie. I tell you what, have a tier 1 guy prove me wrong. I wasn't there. I don't know. If a tier 1 guy comes and says, yeah, we did lie, I'll eat crow.
Well, I mean, we do know a tier 1 guy. We can ask him. I want to know what he thinks.
I'm sure he'll break it down.
I'm sure he will. So
Fucking A.
But as a conventional guy, as a conventional street cop, there's no fucking way. I would never go into an after action review after I hit a target.
I'm glad you copied that, because if I was suing somebody,
Mm-hmm.
if I was a lawyer or somebody suing somebody, and I just went on a public platform and stated I lied, I'd be like, get the fuck, scrub the internet of that fucking video, dude. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I talked to David Hookstead this morning, and I told him, because that's his video.
That's David.
Yeah, he was the one that screen capped that. And
when did Rob post that?
I'll talk to David, but he dropped that like 14 hours ago.
Okay, because that is detrimental. Is if Rob dropped that recently, he's getting ahead of.
It had to be recently, because that's when everybody was talking about the AAR. So I know it was like his podcast is what comes on Tuesday, so probably Tuesday.
Okay.
The paid protesters have arrived.
Rob O'Neill is my hero.
Look, you know what? Here, I'll go on the record and I'll say it again. I think Rob O'Neill did a lot of really great things for the country that he's never freaking talked about and never will. Okay. And I think that if you were in a gunfight, you'd probably be pretty happy to have him next to you.
He's a fucking American hero.
He is an American hero. That being said, just like he doesn't believe that we landed on the moon, he can look at Buzz Aldrin and go, I think you did great things as an Air Force pilot, and you fought in Korea and you did all that great stuff. I don't think you landed on the moon,
Yeah, that's
Buzz.
fair.
And that does not take away from anything else. Just because I go, look, based on my training and experience, this doesn't make sense, doesn't mean I don't think that you're a good guy to have in a gunfight and that you didn't do good things for America. I just don't believe this. And everything that you're saying and everything that I'm seeing is telling me that I'm on the right track. So I guess this is my moon landing.
What's up? We got more from David.
Yeah, we got one more
right.
video. So he also screen capped this. This is just an audio.
One guy goes this way, the other guy goes that way. A handful of guys went over the top of Khalid, moved to the second floor of the house. Once the second floor was cleared, the team moved up the stairs. Shots fired. They started going into that room. You go to the door, you look through the door. There's a adult male basically twitching at the bottom of his bed, laying on the ground, done.
That was Bissonette and
Yeah.
That was Bissonette at the end.
Yeah,
Rob.
so
Sorry.
if-
Because as a listener, devil's advocate, as a listener, if that was an interview from the past before Rob started really telling his story,
I can.
it's kind of like a broad brush stroke of saying.
The audio that we just heard, that comes from the documentary on Amazon, revealed the Hunt for Bin Laden, season 1. Okay.
When?
Let me go ahead. I'm going to hit the link because.
Well, let me get this out there.
Yeah.
It's fuck. What was I saying?
Sorry, I interrupted you. I just wanted to give you that info.
If this was a long time ago, when it first happened, a broad brush stroke of yes, the SEAL teams went up there and did this. You can, if I was telling a story and I just went through something, right? I just did something and I just gave you a broad, like this is what happened. And then later on in time, I narrowed it down specifically. I think that's different. Now, if he just said that after he had said, in other interviews that he was the lone sole killer of Bin Laden. That's different. So
I don't know when this documentary was dropped, but it was after Rob already came out on the news and said I was the guy, because otherwise, why would he be showing his face?
oh, that's true.
So everybody knew it was Rob, and Rob's over there talking about like, hey, this is the way it went down. And look, I don't see how a tier 1 unit is not doing mount way better than us, because what I'm hearing from all of this is like, that sounds like something an infantry unit would do, not the 50 best killers on the planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I read you the first sentence of the word slander?
Let's
Yes.
do it. Let's hear it.
The definition.
Let's hear it. You're Wednesday, Mike, right now.
The
You're
spoken
very-
words must be verifiably false and not opinion. I'm just going to leave that there.
Wow.
Well, nobody, I mean, just like we don't know what happened either in Houston or on the moon.
Verifiably false
Mhm.
and not of opinion.
That's
is-
like, I mean, that is literally me saying this is the same. What you're saying is me going in written correspondence, Jimmy.
Mhm.
I fucking hate Mike Dilts.
Mhm.
I'm going to lie about his career in order to hurt him financially, right?
Which is what Jay
I
said.
got you, Roger. All right, you just received that text
Yeah.
from me. Hey, everybody, Mike Dills was never a law enforcement officer ever in his life. Those two things right there.
Mhm.
There's got to be some kind of proof that I meant to hurt him,
Right.
and I meant to lie, and then I said something that is inaccurate, that is provable inaccurate.
Right.
That is fucking defamation. Thank you, Mike.
That-
And also thank you for Jeff Rucci for becoming a member on Patreon.
Yes, we got another one. We're
Oh,
bringing him in.
member on YouTube. Sorry.
I can read. It's got to be a certain distance. I can read the screen. The phone's a little more difficult. But
So I mean, like those two, especially the first one. I wish the camera had been on you, because when he was like, "We don't always tell the truth in the AARs," your faces were priceless. It was like, what?
That is mind-boggling, dude.
and that's
And that's why I
that
didn't.
puts a level of elite. Everybody, all those guys get all the views, and everybody looks up to those guys. But you come out and say that statement, it's damaging to me. Maybe I'm gonna get sued, but it's damaging because it's like everybody always assumes cops lie. We're a bunch of liars. We make everything up. We can't go into the same room and then go, tell them you shot 3 times. I shot 5. We'll throw it out there. They're going to do all the little fancy things and say, "Oh, that angle looks like Tyler shot 6 times. Why'd you guys lie?" Well, we always lie on our after action review. Just whatever happened.
You're fucking
We're not allowed to lie. I can't lie. I have to document it, and then they're going to do an autopsy, and they're going to prove which every round. And there's a grand jury, and it's all presented. And then to be at a high level of, I'm not trying to overdo that. I get there's gunfights where it's just like, bro, we walked in the room and there was fucking machine guns going off, and there was 10 dead guys, and I think I get it.
Yeah.
This one was there was
Surgical.
a story that was told that was very specific.
Yep.
And calculated, and then it's told by somebody else. It's different, and it's been told differently, but they're allowed to lie. They all lie. Is what he.
I really don't believe, for our listeners that just joined us, we may have just joined us. We just watched a video of Rob O'Neill saying he lied on his AAR, which, depending on when that was filmed,
I don't know if I'd say it that way.
Yeah.
He
said
suggested that people lie on their AARs.
and we
Oh.
don't always tell the truth.
he said
Yeah.
we, aka him,
Yeah.
aka lie, not telling the truth. I mean,
So if I come to you as a police officer, I'm giving you a police report, and I say, "Well, we always do that." You can infer I also mean myself.
yes,
If your
Okay,
career
you
is
say
over,
we.
if you say that, your career's over.
As a
If
cop.
you get caught on a body camera saying to a citizen,
Oh, you're fucking.
we make up shit all the time
God.
on reports. We just whatever. If
That's going to go to the state attorney because you're not credible witness anymore. You are literally saying you're not going to tell the truth. They can't use it in court. Every defense attorney would rip it apart. So that's why the court just goes, you know what? In order to not have all these appeals,
in my opinion,
you're just never going to testify in court.
in my opinion, I don't know that you could ever know what happened in that room because everybody lies.
You can't.
So there's no real.
There's no autopsy. Jay nailed it. There's no autopsy. There's no body.
There's only
Well,
4 guys.
If you look at the definition of autopsy, because I dove down that hole, it's not what we think it is.
Oh,
It's
really?
just an inspection of the body to make sure they're dead. we think of autopsy like I've been to
Yeah.
I've been to probably 50, 60 autopsies where I've watched the whole thing for like determining cause of death on suspicion. It's terrible. It's terrible. I hate
Fucking
it.
Black
The
and Decker.
smell. It's cold. It's miserable. The sound of like, it's bad. There's like a piece of skin behind your nose bone, and they peel it, and there's a noise it makes when they peel that off your skull. No, it's like, and it rips, and it's just the worst noise you ever hear. But that's what we think autopsy. An autopsy, by the definition, is, yep, he's dead. The earliest autopsy?
There wasn't one.
There was. The very first one was who got stabbed in the back? Caesar?
Oh yeah.
They did it. They actually did an autopsy.
The original
that was
JC.
That was like the first documented because they wanted to see which knife stab actually would have penetrated his heart and killed him.
Yeah.
Thanks to my wife, I know all this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the
But-
original JC.
So that
there
was
was
the
an
reason
autopsy.
for an autopsy is just they go, yeah, he's dead. His head is split in half.
Okay,
he's
so
dead.
there wasn't an
there's
autopsy.
by the definition of
Bin Laden.
autopsy,
We're
there was one there where they went, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yeah,
it.
They
that's
just
what
didn't
he's
do
saying.
a vivisection.
No,
where
they
peel
didn't
them
do bullet reconstruction
Fucking
and travel
Jimmy had to
routes.
throw one
Yeah.
in there. Had to throw one in there. Vivisection.
Vivisection.
It's not a vivisection.
I just said,
guy.
yeah, and moved on.
I went to Ash's Home Furniture and bought a vivisectional.
Yeah.
Hey man. Anyway, I got to keep throwing out these words until you guys start making shirts about Jimmy's,
So
Jimmy's secret word
I
of
don't
the
know how to
day.
spell vivisection to put on a shirt.
So what you're saying? Okay, then an autopsy was done, and there was people in the room that can verify an autopsy.
So
I would say that Rob talks about when he saw Bin Laden or Obama come out talking about the death. He was sitting next to Osama Bin Laden when that happened. He said that in an interview, and they were collecting DNA. I think the fact they collected the DNA
yeah,
and then they looked at him and said, "Yep, he's not breathing. He's dead."
yeah.
That would be an
Technically
autopsy,
an autopsy. Yep.
but not to the definition of that we're accustomed to, which is to determine the actual breakdown, vivisection
Yeah.
of how it went down. So I'd be like I said, we gotta be careful now. So there was an
You're right,
autopsy.
you're right,
There
you're
was an autopsy done, but I think it's some fancy what's the language? Latin term.
Yes,
There's some
it's
weird
always
Latin
Latin.
term for autopsy.
Yeah,
That was the earliest ones they went, yeah, Johnny's dead.
Yeah,
That was
I
the
mean,
autopsy.
we have to thank the Romans. They were not the bad guys in the Bible.
Oh
They
boy.
I don't. What? Okay. All right.
Oh man, sorry.
Oh, man.
I throw
What
them
they
out there.
do?
But I mean, again, man, like this is the last hurrah. This looks like somebody trying to cover their ass. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
It looks like
If I knew that something was possible to not agree with what I'm saying, I'm going to try to get ahead of it
and discredit it.
discredit it. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All right.
Well, I guess we're on to Cincinnati.
Yeah.